All right, I figured I'd get a pretty face in here. One thing I'm always carping about my followers to do is get a notebook, a pen, and a pencil, because honestly, it's hard to be a prepper without one, because they're going to help you get your life organized. If you don't know what I'm talking about, drop a comment in any of the videos and I'll send you the links to why you should have a notebook. Huh, Pax? All right. What you're going to need today, if you don't have your notebook, get a scratch piece of paper, a pen or pencil, and a measuring tape. We're going to take a few measurements around the house and figure out where we can start storing our overflowing pantry. I have a big open empty space right next to this couch. So let's take a measurement on it. And I've got 34 inches wide and 31 inches high. So now I'm thinking I've got a large space, and I've also got a large bulk of bagged food, and I'm going to need a tote large enough to put it in, and that might be just the space to do it. And here we go. I've got two nice sized totes right there next to my couch, and I can use the top as an end table, put a drink down, whatever. But it fits there. It's out of the way. Gives me a good amount of walking space. And if you're wondering what's in these things right here, we have two dogs. It's dog food. Got two bags down here, up here. I think we got 2 or 3 in the bottom as well that we're stocking up on. We've got smaller spaces that we want to take up with food storage as well. So we've got our tape measure. We're going to walk around and measure a few other things. Right next to our bookshelf, as we call it, our in-home library. We did a video on that, recall? Anyway, let's see what we've got here. We've got just under 12 inches width, and let's see, let's pull this out. We've got a good 20 inches down here. So looking for something in that area, that container that we can store and possibly stack. These containers here are stackable. They're a little wider. I think they're like 13 inches, but a little shorter. And we've got food in here, and we can continue to stack more food on top of that. We can also take a towel, tablecloth, anything to cover them up so that somebody comes in and they'll see, stacks of food sitting around. All right, and another thing your notebook is going to need to do, see I've got each one marked, 1 and 2. You're going to have to dedicate a page of what's in each of these tubs. Okay, tub number 1 has this list of food. Tub number 2 has this list of food. Also, you're going to want to put where you're storing it at, so that it's easy to find. And everything in there is dry goods that I have, so I don't necessarily worry too much about the expiration dates on these things because they're short-term storage anyway. But what we're doing is we're finding places to store food because our pantry is overrunning. So keep in mind, the food you want to store in these containers is the newest food we just bought. Okay, we want to keep our oldest food in the pantry because that's what we're going to eat first. When that starts getting low, we'll go to our storage. We'll open up our notebooks, find out what food we need. If we have it, where it's at, pull it out of that container and stick it on our pantry shelf. And if we need more of it, we'll just write a grocery list down about what we need to replace and put it back in that container. That's why these notebooks are so important. They're going to keep us organized. They're going to find the food when we need it. They're going to process things that our brains, if you're like me, my brain is just too damn lazy to do. So get that notebook, all right? And of course, let's never forget all the space we have underneath our bed. And we've got about 4.5 inches there. Now, will these containers be good to put under the bed there? Let's see. Nope, because they're actually just a tad above 6 inches. So we're going to need a container that's just under 5. These containers here, I got from the dollar store. That's right. I got several of these for $1, and they are just fantastic to store things in. So might want to grab a few of these. And if you notice, I've got the top marked, and I'm going to have a list of what I've got on my notebook, of what I've got inside here, and where it's located, just in case I run out of something in my pantry. I know just where to go in my in-home store to grab what I need. And we can start sliding those under our bed, because we've got plenty of room under there. And you probably in a row fit about 12 of them under there, maybe a little bit more, depending on your the size of your bed. Now, I'm sure what a lot of you are thinking are those plastic under the bed containers that can roll in or out. Yeah, they're great. They're really large. They're long. Problem with that is, is if there's an emergency evacuation, and let's say you've got hours to get your car, your family, everything ready, you're going to want to grab some of this extra food out from underneath these places, where you've got them stored, and get in your car. The little containers are perfect because you can pack them anywhere in your car, in the trunk. And if you get these large rolling plastic containers that fit on your bed, problem is when you pick them up, you're going to have so much weight in there, even if you can pick them up, they're going to bow or break in the middle. Plus, there's nowhere in your car you're going to be able to put that sucker, so you're going to end up abandoning a lot of food because of that. So keep that in mind. Can you carry this? Will it fit in your car? Keep in mind your notebook. Your notebook is going to tell you where everything is, what you've got on hand, and you're going to have to keep it organized. It's a little bit of work, but once you get all that written down, then you shouldn't have a problem once you make a note. And a lot of this I would put in pencil. That way, if you got to change something in one of the buckets, you can just erase it and put it in there. Also, another thing that's going to seem pretty tedious is you're going to look at this list of food you have everywhere, and you're going to make another list of how many of everything you have. How many bags of beans do you have? How many cans of corn do you have? How many cans of beans do you have? How many cans of soup? You're going to make a long list of everything you have on hand in your house, okay? And how many of it you have. Also, you're going to make another list I bet you've never thought about. We never want to go to a grocery store if we're going to do some serious shopping without that grocery list, okay, on what we need. Also, if you're like me, I love shopping at the discount bins, the bent cans, all of that as well. However, there's another grocery list you want in that notebook that you've probably never thought about, and that is the do not buy list, okay? You go to that discount shelf, and it's got a few bent cans of corn. Even though they're 50 cents a piece, do you really want to spend another $1 if you've already got 50 cans of corn back at the house? I would say no. So you want a do not purchase list also right next to your grocery list. Use that $1 for something else, okay? You won't get bored with corn real fast if that's all you're building up on. Hope you've enjoyed this series. Let's see what else we can talk about. Have a great day.